I tried beating Terraria's arguably most expansive modded class. Welcome to Terraria Battle Rods, the movie. I started off by spawning into my fish sheet. Wonderful world, opening up a starter bag, and I actually spawned in with a wooden fishing rod and apprentice bait, which had like a little poison modifier to it. I essentially went to go chop down some trees. I killed some of the mobs with the fishing rod, and as you can see, the attack style will work something along the lines of this, where we can cast a fishing rod and pull enemies towards ourselves, or just keep the bobber on there and just deal damage over time. After this, I went to go check out all of the brand new things added to the mod, as I did make a playthrough of this mod before, but this one's going to be far more in-depth, and I actually want to go into stupid detail for like every single rod and give you a full class layout for every boss within the video as well. So this is not only a full movie, but I also hope to help you if you decide to play this mod, as checking online, there wasn't really any class progression or setup for this mod, so it made it harder for me to play. But anyways, I made a little house, and I guess we can get onto the very first fishing rod that we got, which was the wooden battle rod. And as you can see, this deals like 17 to 18 damage per second. It's pretty bad, but you know, what can we do? It's our starting rod, and we're only going up from here. I went mining. I found myself a bunch of life crystals. I got myself some ores. I got tons of chests, and as I came back to spawn, I actually made a little chest organization, and I made sure to put each type of loot in each chest. That's just like a harder way of saying that I organized them. Anyways though, as soon as I came back to spawn, I crafted myself the hookshot wire, which reeled in enemies towards us literally all of the time, and the discardable bobs, which is another accessory that allows us to recast very fast if bobs are retrieved from an enemy. Upon mining a little more, I got myself more resources. I scoured tons of chests, and literally within like 20 minutes of playing the game, I had full HP just because I had a spelunker potion, and got extremely lucky within the underground. As I came to spawn, I went over to the corruption biome on the right side of the world, and I crafted myself the infinite summon for the Eye of Cthulhu, just so we don't have to recraft or refine the summon every single time we want to fight the boss. This summon I actually got from a chest within the underworld while I was mining, and once I crafted myself the summon for the Eye of Cthulhu, I then started using a gravitation potion to try to find myself a pair of legend wings, but the only thing I could find myself was a sky mill. Once I was at spawn, I crafted myself the silver rod, which, as you will be able to see on screen, does roughly 30 damage per second, and it is the second weapon that we ever had crafted, so hey, pretty neat. Soon after this, I crafted myself a wooden fishing knife, which essentially just dealt damage to enemies if they were too close to us. It was kind of like an extra hand. And then as it was nighttime, I buffed up and I went to go fight the Eye of Cthulhu, and this is how the boss fight went. So yeah, we took it out quite easily, and I equipped myself the Shield of Cthulhu, which I'm probably going to use like the end of the game. I just really love the dodging accessories. They're very powerful. Now, one thing that I didn't notice is we actually had the twin reforge on our silver battle rod, which is the best reforge in the game, and let me tell you why. It basically doubles the damage and adds another bobber to your fishing rod, making it, well, deal double the damage, which is totally overpowered. And you will come to see that like literally near the end of the game, if you get the twin reforge, you can completely cheese any boss that's ahead of you, or even like 2 stages ahead, with a fishing rod that would have been otherwise underpowered. So this is something I'm just noticing now as I'm like talking over the video, but yeah, that's why the Eye of Cthulhu went out so easily, even while we're on expert mode. After this, I went over to the Sky Islands and actually made myself a little house because I wanted to go fishing in the sky, as well there was just a massive sky lake, and I wanted to get myself some titanium crates so I can get myself the enchanted sword, and then later craft myself a brand new battle rod. We were getting blasted by the harpies, and it was just a total pain, but I managed to pull a quick W against the harpies and find like a little cheesy way to not get hit by them. And then while we went fishing, I wasted nearly all of my bait, and then I had to go fishing once more to get my bait back. But once we had enough bait, we continued on our major fishing expedition of the titanium crates, and we were just very unlucky. So I decided to go dig out a elevator, and during that time also pick up a bunch of loot. I got tons and tons of chests. I found myself a mushroom biome. I cleared the little mushroom biome, and I finished the elevator all the way till the underworld. After this, I kept on fishing, and I got myself even better bait, up to the point where we managed to get this one weird crate that had a little tongue on it. So I went to go fight the odd crate, and this is what happened. Yo, what does this crate do? Odd crate? Something tells me I should not try and open this. Yo! What the hell is this, bruh? Let me dump all this shit. Bro, we just got a dual hook. Isn't that like post? Isn't that in hard mode?
Damn, we just got something really good.
Yeah, it started dropping us hard mode items, which made no sense whatsoever, but hey, I'm gonna go with it because I'm playing on expert mode and I'm pretty bad at the game. I also picked up a bunch of butterflies as they're very overpowered for bait. Like, I only figured this out now, and I'm gonna learn like so many new things within this playthrough as I quite literally like never fish in Terraria.
Yo, why are bass and bass pronounced as two different words? Somebody explain that to me. It makes absolutely zero sense. Like, bass and bass are spelled the exact same. Who was spreading this critical misinformation?
This is legitimately my first time ever fishing in Terraria, so please forgive me if I do make any mistakes. But yeah, butterflies are bait. That's pretty cool for all of you non-fishers out there. And they actually have pretty good bait power, which was unexpected. Anyways, I continued on fishing. I didn't get any of the gold crates that I needed, so I went over to the corruption, made a tiny arena, blew up some of the orbs, placed some torches on the arena, and summoned in the Eater of Worlds, and this is how the boss fight went.
Oh my gosh, there's so many pieces. This is not the right class to do the Eater of Worlds with. This is gonna have to be like the hardest boss, the most annoying one out of all of them. Hey, we got another one. Let's go. Let's yank this guy up here. Just one little piece left. With 420 health. Come here, bro. You're coming to me. You're coming straight to me, boy. There we go. Now, fact of the matter is, I have 0 of what I actually need. How did I only get 21 shadow skills? Isn't that kind of low?
Yeah, this was atrociously difficult because we had to pick out like one piece at a time, but we did manage to defeat him, and we are now on to the next stage of the game. As I came back to spawn, I crafted myself a nightmare pickaxe, and I crafted myself the corrupt battle rod, which as you can see on screen does like 44 damage per second up till 50, something along those lines. And soon after I went mining for hellstone. As I came up above my dreaded coffin of red water, I crafted myself the hellstone rod, which does like 100 damage per second. If you do manage to get a critical, it can deal more, but overall it's like 100 DPS. But it was far better than anything we had previously had. So I got this, and I went over to the jungle to get myself tons of stingers, vines, and jungle spores to craft myself the jungle battle rod. During this time I also went to go fight Queen Bee, which was a bit of a clutch. I didn't really know what happened here, but you can check it out.
What the hell happened? Did it just bug out? Why did it bug out like this? What? Yeah, I'm chill with this, bro. I will take the free W. Sure.
Yeah, so the Queen Bee absolutely froze on us and bugged out, and well, the matrix machinery of this game failed on me, and we defeated the Queen Bee as it was in one spot. Now, please don't hate me, I didn't mean for this to happen, but I'll take the easy W, so hey, thanks. I then went to go pick up a meteor. I went over to Skeletron's dungeon. We made an arena at the dungeon. I crafted myself the jungle battle rod, which poisoned enemies, and it dealt anywhere from like 70 to 200 damage, but it usually stayed in the middle of like 100. I went to go craft myself the meteor rod, which also dealt around 100 damage per second, and I crafted myself a full set of meteorite armor. This armor set gave us a total of 31 defense. That's of course combined with all of our other accessories, and the set bonus is that it spawns fire beasts to help us whenever we're fighting different enemies. I made myself a tiny bed within our village, and I slept until we can go and fight Skeletron. Before that, I made myself a sinker, which is an accessory that let our bobbers sink within the water, and I made myself a target throw, which like targeted enemies near my mouse position if they got close enough. And as it was nighttime, I went to go fight Skeletron. I summoned him in, took out my hellstone battle rod, and this is how it went.
Okay, let's go. Too good at Terraria. Too good.
As you can see, we took him out, and then we went straight into the dungeon to go and search for the dungeon battle rod. The dungeon battle rod is like the more Amasa version of the battle rods, as we have everything else, and this was hectic. I'm gonna give you a short compilation of what happened within this atrocious dungeon, and you can see for yourself how much I suffered and all of the brutal consequences to my mental health after this little dungeon experience.
This is the smallest dungeon ever. the chests. I've went through the entire dungeon. How have I not went through all of the chests? Oh, is there a section here? Bruh. Bruh, straight up right now, if I die, I'm sucking. What is this double dart trap? So stupid, bruh! We are wasting an immense amount of time confined within this dungeon. There has been no progress that I have made towards acquiring the very last rod, which is a pain in the bonky dong. Fuck off! Fuck off! Bro, where are all these enemies coming? Holy f***ing bull. I hate the dungeon so much. It's literally so... Dude, there is actually something like malicious going on. I don't know where all these spawn rates are coming from. There's nothing left. We've opened all of the chests. We just don't have the battle rod. It can't be that it just didn't spawn in our world. That can't happen.
Yeah, we scoured the entire dungeon only to find nothing. We did not get a single dungeon battle rod. It didn't spawn, it glitched out. So I had to go into Heroes mod, and do forgive me for this, but I did cheat to get it, as we were soft locked out of some of the most important rods of the game if we did not get this battle rod. Anyways, here you are. The dungeon battle rod does roughly 200 to 300 damage per second. It really heavily fluctuates depending on the critical strike chance, but it's just a little bit above 200. The very next thing I went to go do was craft myself the edge battle rod, which, as you will be able to see on screen, does anywhere from like 250 to 400 damage per second, making it an obvious choice for any pre-wall of flesh encounters. Once I scoured the world a little bit, I realized that the next armor set that we had to get was star mix armor, and to get this little star mix fragments, we had to mix the stars and a bunch of gel. So I went to go get a bunch of gel, and I mined out tons of various different ores, as you will see on screen. We went to every single set of like the non-important basic ore armor to craft the star mix set. So I did that, and we crafted ourselves a set of star mix armor. By this point, we had like 37 defense, and there were very minor things that we had left. I yoinked myself a bunch of worms and got myself ice blocks, and I went to go craft myself the icy worm, which then we went to go fishing in the left ocean. And once we reeled in our hook, this is what happened.
There's two! I have made a huge mistake. Okay, so I mean the boss isn't hard. I guess we defeated it, but here's another one. Okay.
Yeah, so we defeated the cooler boss. I accidentally summoned like two, which was a bit of a pain, but we took them out and we ended up picking up all of their drops. They actually drop a ton of hooks, so this will come in handy even up until late game. Anyways, at this point I crafted myself an extra lure, and then I crafted myself a double lure, which allows us to, well, throw two extra lures out of our fishing rod, which isn't really too practical for fighting enemies or bosses, as every single new lure that you add actually splices the damage into like a perfect percentage of each lure. So for example, if you throw one lure, it'll do 100% of the damage of the fishing rod. If you throw 5, each will do 20% of the damage of the fishing rod. So as you can see, perfectly splits. Anyways, then I went to go craft myself the bob loser, which made us lose one extra bob, so then we could deal more damage with one, but that wasn't practical at all either. So I went to go fishing, and after our fishing expedition, I caught nothing. I went down to the underworld and built a massive arena for the wall of flesh. I grinded out for so long just to get myself a guide voodoo demon, and I was in lots and lots of pain.
God damn it, bro. The mobs here are so hard. Oh my goodness, there's no voodoo demons. Just give me a guide voodoo doll. Holy shit, I've been farming for 30 minutes. Bro, do guide voodoo demons even exist? Yes! Finally! Don't die, don't die. If I die now, I will cry so hard. Just give it. Give it. Yes!
I then came back to spawn and got invaded by a goblin army, which was also quite annoying because we could not, for the life of us, actually hook onto more than one goblin at a time. And once I got myself a bunch of potions, I reforged everything to warding within my inventory and went to go to the underworld to fight the wall of flesh. This is how the boss fight went.
We're not taking too much damage, which is really good. Oh, the lasers deal literally like 1 to 9 damage to us. That's so weird. It's literally our defense. We just got OP defense, and now we're just cheesing the wall of flesh. I don't know what's up with this. Oh, it's dealing a bit more damage now, as long as we hide behind the buildings. Oh god, it's so fast. Let's go. Let's go. We did it.
As you can see, it wasn't too difficult. We took it out because of all the warding. It really carried us here, and I went to go bless the world with all of the various hard mode ores. We blessed the world with cobalt, orichalcum, and titanium, and then I got myself all of the brand new rods for each of the hard mode ores. I also got myself all the anvils, and I'll show you a little montage of this on screen you'll be able to see. But anyways, let's go over all the different rods. The cobalt battle rod does roughly 300 damage per second. The orichalcum battle rod does roughly 350 to like 400 DPS, and the titanium battle rod does anywhere from 400 to 500 DPS. We needed this to actually craft a new rod called the evil rod of darkness. So I'm not crafting all of these rods for no reason. We actually need to craft like a million different rods to at the very end of the game get like the most OP rod that you're ever going to see in your life. So yeah, stick around to see what the heck happens with that one. Anyways, once I combined all of those rods, I did manage to craft myself the evil rod of darkness, and this rod does anywhere from like 300 to 400 to 450, even up to 500 DPS. So it was quite powerful. I then went to go fight King Slime because I needed his solidifier for a couple of crafting recipes, and then I turned my basic wooden fishing knife into a cobalt fishing knife. I went to go grind out tons of shadow scales, as each piece of the evil armor actually cost us like near 100 shadow scales, and we also needed a set of every hard mode armor piece from the ores just to make one piece of armor. So for example, we needed the cobalt pants, orichalcum pants, and titanium pants, and like 100 shadow scales just to make ourselves the evil armor pants. So we did all of this grinding, and I crafted myself the evil armor set, which now gained us 69 defense, which is really a lot for the stage of the game that we are in. And the set bonus makes fishing knives do double damage and double the range, which is pretty neat. And as soon as it turned to nighttime, I buffed up and went to go fight the destroyer, and you can check out how this went.
Let's go, we are fighting the big worm. And I'm having quite a hard time trying to dodge all the lasers with these guys. They're quite annoying. Let's focus on destroying some of these.
We took that out, and here is Skeletron Prime.
Oh, this boss should be easy, bruh. As long as we don't get caught in like one of his little stupid lasers, it'll be easy. Like this! That's what I mean. As long as we don't get caught in that! Oh god. He's almost out though. Okay, GG.
After Skeletron Prime was defeated, I quickly crafted myself the summon for the twins, and here is the boss fight for the twins.
There we go, we hooked it. Now the rest is history. Let me hook you properly. Nope. There we go. Oh, mech bosses, you're gonna be a piece of cake. Nice. Like near the end, for some reason, my hook stopped doing damage. I don't know if you saw that.
We took all three of the mech bosses out, and now the jungle grows restless. I'm not gonna say anything funny here as I usually used to do, but I just want to say if you're enjoying this type of content, drop a like on the video, share it to more people who like Terraria, and or bring in more people to the game and grow this entire community. So if that's the only thing you could do today, I'd greatly appreciate it, but let's continue on with the video. After the defeat of the mechanical bosses, I crafted myself a mana shield staff, which took 15% of all damage and deduced it from our mana instead of our health. I crafted myself the bob scope, which tries to hit all of your bobbers where your cursor is aiming. I then crafted myself the bob accelerator, which increases our casting speed by 30%. I then crafted myself the hallowed battle rod and the faster fishing kit, which is the combination of all the previous mentioned accessories. The hallowed battle rod also does anywhere from like 900 to over 1,000 damage per second, so it's far better than anything we previously had. And then I went to go refight the cooler boss, which you already might remember we fought, but apparently in hard mode it becomes far more difficult, so this is how this fight went.
How did it almost one-shot me? Does this thing get stronger in hard mode? I think it does. I can't see anything because of their stupid icons. Oh my gosh, that was... Oof. Brutal.
Yeah, so this boss nearly abused us, and I did get myself the hooks that I wanted, which was, well, neat, I guess. But after I crafted myself the retractable hook, I crafted myself the fisherman's kit, which was essentially what I was trying to do this entire time. And what this does is allows us to use a bunch of various different accessories from our piggy bank. So that was very overpowered, but it only applies to like a very select few accessories, so it doesn't become like game breaking or anything. And then right after this, I realized that I also got myself a brand new battle rod called the Cooler Battle Rod, which was dropped from the Cooler itself, and as you'll come to find, this battle rod is pretty freaking bad. It does like 9 DPS even with like a really good set of armor. It's more useful to just craft the very end game fishing rods, so it's like not applicable for our stage of the game at all right now. I made myself an above ground mushroom biome, as we're actually going to need tons of shroomite for the other battle rods within the game. And then after scouring the jungle a little bit, I went to go craft myself the summon for Deerclops, and as I came over to the ice biome, we went to go fight him. We took him out a couple times up until I got myself the Deerclops battle rod, and as you will see, this deals like 100 damage. This is a pretty hard mode battle rod, of course, and it shoots out these like weird hand projectiles, which are really cool, and I really do enjoy all these very unique different projectile types from the fishing rods. It's very impressive from the mod developer. Anyways, as I went fishing, I actually discovered that if I fish within the corruption or hallowed biome, I get myself the soul crate, which gives us a bunch of various different souls from the bosses that we've beat. So like the souls of fright, light, might, all the, you know, all the souls, literally every single soul there is within the game. And this will be super handy later within the game. We actually have to get like 1,000 of each soul to craft the end fishing rods, so thank goodness for this. I also discovered myself the Ankh crate, which gave us one of the Ankh shield accessories, so that was pretty cool. And then after farming within the jungle, I crafted myself the Chlorophyte battle rod, which as you can see deals anywhere from like 500 to 600 damage per sec. So after this, I made myself tons of crate potions, and I actually went mining for titanium crates. And the reason I needed this is because I needed to get 5 titanium crates so I can craft myself the enchanted sword from the titanium crate. I don't want to risk opening them and have like a quality of life mod which guarantees us a enchanted sword if we get 5 titanium crates. So I got that, and I got myself the enchanted sword. And after this, with the combination of the enchanted sword and the star fury, we crafted ourselves the starstruck battle rod. It's a pretty hard build fishing rod, so it does like 50-60 damage per second, but hey, like it's reasonable. And then right after this, we combined the Deerclops battle rod with the starstruck battle rod, and we got ourselves the Deerstruck battle rod. What unique naming, am I right? Anyways, this dealt anywhere from like 700 to 1,000 DPS, so it was far better, and it also had like the little Deerclops hands, which were really nice to see. But yeah, after this, we went to go fight the ice golem and get ourselves forbidden fragments from the sand elemental. And once we had like 5 of each fragment, I went to go craft myself the frost and the forbidden battle rods. The frost battle rod, as you will come to find on screen, does like 500 DPS, while the forbidden battle rod shoots out a little triangle that does like 300 to 400 DPS. With these fishing rods, I crafted myself the hard triad battle rod, which dealt anywhere from like 700 to over 1,000 DPS. And then I went to go fish up for some more soul crates, just so I can get myself more souls for the later crafting recipes within the game. And I went to go craft myself a full set of hard triad armor, which required a bunch of other like sand elemental drops and the ice golem drops. That was quite a bit of a pain to get, but we got the armor. And I actually went to go refight the queen bee so I can get myself the queen bee battle rod. And as you will come to find, the queen bee battle rod isn't too great. It does like 300 to 500 DPS, and the reason it's this high is because of our armor set. It essentially proliferates the damage of every single weapon that we have. So don't think that this bee battle rod is like some hidden gem that we missed out on. No, it's just the armor. After this, we crafted ourselves the meteorite battle rod, which is the combination of the bee battle rod and the meteor battle rod, as you can probably guess. And this dealt like 700 DPS up to 800 and even over 1,000 on the critical hits. And then I went to go craft myself the cactus battle rod, which we're actually going to need for a crafting recipe that we're going to make very soon. So this battle rod, as you can probably guess, was absolutely awful. It dealt like the same as the wooden battle rod. It was like 30 damage per second, literally not any better. And then right after this, I went to go get myself the turtle battle rod, which we needed a turtle shell for. So we went to go farming for the turtle shells, and surprisingly, I got it super quickly. So I came back to spawn and crafted myself the turtle rod. This dealt like 700 DPS, somewhere around those lines. And right after we got ourselves the turtle battle rod, I decided to make myself an arena within the jungle biome, summon in Plantera, and this is how the boss fight went.
Oh, we are demolishing, bro. Oh my lord, that was too easy.
Yeah, so this was ridiculously easy. We took her out like a piece of cake. It was actually the most easiest boss fight I think I've done thus far. The battle rods are really overpowered, and I'm just really over preparing for everything. Like, look, we have 86 defense. Everything is going according to plan. And hey, like, this is pretty easy, bro. I probably should have just played on master mode or something. Right after we beat Plantera, we went to go get the solar eclipse to start so I can kill myself tons and tons of Mothron so I can get myself broken hero swords. And usually with broken hero swords, you craft Terra stuff. And if you guessed it, I'm going to craft myself the Terra battle rod, well, you are correct. I killed a couple of unsuspecting Mothrons, and, well, I crafted myself the Terra battle rod, and this was very, very powerful. As you will see on screen, this starts dealing upwards of like 4,000 damage per second, which is very, very good. And I actually went to go reforge it, and something happened. You can check exactly what happened on screen. This was a tragedy nightmare. I did not mean to do this, but I secretly had discovered a brand new reforge that is probably even better than the twin reforge that I previously had mentioned. So this reforge makes the rod do like no damage whatsoever, but it makes it cast 32 lures, which becomes like the most OP farming strategy for anything money, soul crates, getting the luminite crates. It becomes a very good way to gather resources instead of grinding it out literally by defeating mobs or like mining things. So this will come in handy, as you will see later within the playthrough. After this, I also discovered a thing called the energy amalgamate, which was pretty neat, and this is what we're going to use to craft almost every single endgame piece of armor, weapons, accessories. At first we can only craft the lesser energy amalgamate, but then we can craft like the stronger version of it, the more full version of it. So yeah, after this I went to go craft myself the spiny turtle rod, which is a combination of a couple of different rods that we already had, and this is the damage that it does. As you can see, it does over 1,000 DPS on its good days. And I went to go treat it to a nice surprise with a fight of Skeletron Prime, and we took this little boy out like it was nothing. Now see, realizing that the Terra battle rod can actually get this cool reforge, I thought, hey, I need more chlorophyte, but chlorophyte hasn't really grown in our world as of yet. So what if I got the same reforge on my chlorophyte battle rod, which is specialty for fishing is the chlorophyte crates, and then I use the 32 bobber reforge to get ourselves a bunch of chlorophyte crates, which we open and get tons of chlorophyte. And so it's actually exactly what I did.
I was gonna say the best use of our time is to go and try to find chlorophyte, but can we get chlorophyte crates? We can. So we have like a very OP Terra fishing rod, and we should just go fish for crates. How do you get a chlorophyte crate then? Maybe if I get like a chlorophyte fishing rod. Man, if I can get this thing to get trawlers, whatever that is, that'd be OP. Let's go try that. Trawlers. Bro, we got it. We got it. We're about to make so much money.
Here it is. This is very, very powerful. We didn't even actually have to fish in the jungle. I thought we were gonna have to fish in the jungle, but no. This is actually where I set up a macro and went AFK. And you can check out my little fishing compilation. Yeah, I got tons and tons of chlorophyte. Literally, as I came back to spawn, I had like over 2,400 chlorophyte ore, which translated pretty good into bars, I might say. And then I fished up some soul crates because, well, I needed to craft myself more energy amalgamate to get myself like new armor and new rods. So yeah. Now the reason I was getting so much chlorophyte is because I needed like 100 chlorophyte bars, 100 shrewmite bars, and 100 spectre bars for the new set of armor that we're going to craft, and a couple of new battle rods that we're crafting very soon also. Once I had all the jankiness I needed, I got myself tons of spectre bars, chlorophyte, shrewmite, and well, I went to go craft myself the next greatest weapons and armor sets, which was, well, a life force rod, which was a battle rod that actually healed us. As you'll come to see, it shoots out like this little projectile that ends up healing us. I have full HP on the screen, so you can't really see it, but like, trust me, it does heal us. And it deals like 2,000 DPS, so it's really good. And I crafted myself a full set of life force armor as well, getting us to like 78 defense. And this increases our mana a little bit, so we can actually use the mana shield to not deal as much damage to our health, but rather to our mana. And after this, I crafted myself the blazing fishing knife, which was just a little upgrade of the fishing knife, nothing too special. It just dealt more damage, and that's about it. I then went to go fight Queen Slime. Why, you may ask, is because I needed a brand new fishing rod, which you will soon see on screen. But before that, we can't skip this exciting boss fight. This is how we defeated, absolutely obliterated the Queen Slime. Anyways, we got ourselves the Queen Slime Battle Rod, and as your eyes do not deceive you, it does deal anywhere from like 500 to 600 DPS. Like, guys, what do you expect? It's pre-mech bosses. Let's not kid around here. It's not gonna do a lot of damage. Right after we got this, I went to go fight Golem. I couldn't wait any longer. There wasn't really anything else we can craft, and this is the Golem boss fight.
No, I placed it on the wrong side. Whatever, I'll build it manually. Yeah, I mean, it's just Golem. Pretty easy. Could I chill in one spot and not die? Oh my god, the life regen is so OP.
Yeah, so for the entire boss fight, we could quite literally almost stay in one spot and we would have no damage dealt to us. This was so overpowered and broken. The armor set, the healing is weird. Please fix this, developer. It is like I'm on expert mode and this is, I can stand in one spot and nothing happens to me. So I do recommend fixing this small issue that makes the Life Force Battle Rod the most overpowered rod within the game. Next to another rod, which I will come to talk to you very soon about, which is actually my favorite rod in the game. I will show you this. This is actually the coolest rod I've ever seen. Anyways, upon defeating Golem, once I came back to spawn, I crafted myself the Beetle Rod, which shot out beetles and it dealt like 1,500 DPS. And then I combined it with another battle rod to craft myself the Blaze Beetle Battle Rod, which dealt like 2,000 to, I don't know, like 2,300 DPS, as you can see on screen. It fluctuates a little bit, but yeah, it was pretty neat. It was pretty neat, but nowhere near any of my favorite battle rods. But my favorite battle rod is coming up very soon, and you'll come to find out overpowered this thing is. It's actually better than the very final rod that even uses that rod to craft it. So you'll see. I cannot wait to pitch this to you. Right after this, we went to go fight the Pumpkin Moon because, well, I needed myself a bunch of spooky wood so I can craft myself the spooky rod. This rod didn't scare me too much. I am disappointed. Anyways, as you can see on screen, it shoots out little bats and it deals like 1,000 DPS. It's nothing special, but it's a wooden rod. What can you expect? And after this, we actually needed ourselves the Betsy battle rod. So I made myself a massive arena for the Eternia crystal and I placed it down, and I'm not going to talk over this, but I'm just going to show you. I'm going to demonstrate how this went and how much frustration this caused me.
Bro, this is so hard. I lost on the first wave. How do we do this? Bro, just straight up, how are we supposed to do this? I'm not even kidding. Like, this is so difficult. There is no reasonable way I can do this with this class. I highly doubt the developer playtested this. This is so stupid. Oh, this deals like no damage. I lost. God damn it. This is the most AIDS thing I've ever done in Terraria. It's like so difficultly impossible. Anyways, here we are in the exact same situation where we can't get anything to go. Oh my god.
Anyways, yeah, I gave up after a while. I was not gonna do this. And instead of struggling with the Eternia crystal, I just went to go and fight Duke Fishron. And this other boss fight went.
Come on, I fought old Duke. You are nothing. Nothing too difficult.
Yeah, so we took out Duke Fishron, but I didn't manage to get his rod actually, and I completely just forgot about his rod, so we're gonna have to refight it later. Silly old Boio. Now that I get to speak in hindsight, I should have just fought him again and got the rod before, but hey, it's whatever. It's all cool. I tried to fight the Old One's army event again, and I failed. I fought Golem. I then went to go place a couple of traps to see if I could like cheese the Old One's army event, and well, I failed again.
How did they still get through? Oh my god. I give up. I'm just gonna go fight the cultist. This is so stupid. This is just beyond me. I don't even know, man.
I then went to the Hallowed biome and set it to the special time of night to where the Prismatic Lacewing spawns, and I summoned in the Empress of Light. This is how the boss fight went.
Oh no, I did it too early. Ah! Unexpected boss fight. Let's go, 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 let's go. Yes.
So yeah, the boss fight was pretty chill. It wasn't too bad. You could just attach with the life force rod and take no damage. So, you know, cheesy. I didn't get her rod on the very first attempt, but I refought her a couple more times and I got myself the Empress rod. And now this rod is actually my favorite rod in the game. No, not because Empress of Light is thick and sexy and beautiful, totally not, but because of the fact that it is so overpowered for its stage of the game that it carries you all the way till post Moonlord. It is actually better than the very final rod of the game, and you can check this out on screen. So remember how like the best battle rod that we tried did like nearly 4,000 or 5,000 damage? Well, you should check out this rod. Empress's personal battle rod does over 10,000 damage with a horrible armor set and no reforges. Yeah, this was a hectic one, and I'm surprised how the developer didn't see this. I went to go reforge all of my accessories to warding just because I thought the Lunatic cultist boss fight was going to be difficult, and well, I skedaddled over to the dungeon and fought the Lunatic cultist, and this is how it went.
Oh, this guy's gonna be a piece of cake. Yeah, that Empress of Light rod is OP.
Yeah, so we took this little guy easily, and then I went to go do all of the pillars. I went for the Vortex pillar first, I then took out the Solar pillar next, I went for the Nebula pillar, and lastly we had the Stardust pillar. Before that, I reforged everything to warding, and took out the Vortex pillar, and we went to go fight Moonlord. Screen started shaking, and he spawned in. This is how the fight went.
If you do something like this, you can just continuously spam projectiles, which are quite OP. Maybe that could be useful for Moonlord? Let's try it out. The strat. I mean, it's pretty good, but it's not the best strat. We're gonna have to bear with him here for a bit. Take his head off his body!
So no head?
Oh no. I can't heal anymore. Oh, we're gonna die. Oh, I'm about to... No!
Yeah, so we died. It wasn't too good, but I actually managed to find a quality of life thing that actually had the summon for Betsy, so we don't have to fight the Old One's Army event, which is completely impossible. So I defeated Betsy, and I got myself the Betsy Battle Rod, which as you can see on screen does anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 damage per second. Keep in mind, the Betsy Battle Rod and the Empress's Personal Rod are supposed to be within the same tier of weapons, but as you can probably see on screen, one does 2,000 damage, and the other one does 10,000. So yeah, a bit unfair. I then went to go refight Duke Fishron and get his rod, which we did, and you will come to see on screen that Duke Fishron's rod actually does like 4,000 to 5,000 DPS, which is actually one of the better ones, much better than Betsy's and getting closer to the Empress of Light rod. Mixing the Betsy and Duke Fishron rod together, I crafted myself the Dragon Mix, and this dealt like 40 to 55,000 damage per second. And once I had that battle rod, I actually reforged my Empress of Light personal battle rod. I got it the Twin Reforge, which made it deal double the damage. So if it deals 10,000, it probably deals like 20k with the Twin Reforge, as you'll see on screen. Our DPS is like 15,000, 16,000 up to 20. So yeah, we went to go fight Moonlord with this, and this is how it went.
Okay, we took out his main eye. Oh, wrong rod. Use that to heal up. Take this out. Fly around this thing. Okay, it's gonna be a bit clutch. If I can just hit this. There we go. Open up his core. Heal up using his core. There we go. Heal up, heal up, heal up, heal up. And we'll just spam him with the Empress. Okay, Empress spam. Let's go. Now he's gonna be out. He's gonna be out. So easy, so easy. We got this. Let's go! Let's go, baby.
As you can see, we took it out, and the first thing I went to go do was craft myself the Solar Rod, the Nebula Rod, the Stardust Rod, and the Vortex Rod. And in that order, you'll see on screen that the Stardust Rod does roughly 6,000 damage, the Nebula Rod does like 3,000, the Stardust Rod does about 5,000, and the Vortex Rod, being one of the best, does around 50,000 damage as well. Using a bunch of new materials called Fractalite Bars, which is like the combination of all the energy amalgamates crates and all of the various fragments. We crafted ourselves the Fractalite Rod, which with the base, as you can see, it deals almost 9,000 DPS consistently. But after we had ourselves the Fractalite bars, I crafted myself the Regal Sisters Rod, which was the Queen Slime Battle Rod and the Empress of Light Battle Rod. And this was probably even more overpowered than just the Empress of Light Battle Rod, as it like dealt much more damage and still had the projectiles. And this dealt like 30,000 damage, as you can see on screen. It's quite literally better than the Endgame Battle Rod that you will very soon see as well. I've been hyping this up the entire video, but I promise it's literally better. I then refought Moonlord, refought the Lunatic Cultist, got myself so many more fragments, and I went to go craft myself the Power Guard Rod, which dealt like 7,000 DPS up to 8,000. And once I had all of the rods, I came in like Thanos, put them all together, and had myself the ultimate rod containment unit. This is the greatest battle rod within this entire game, and this deals like 20,000 DPS. But wait, you might realize something funky, right? The Regal Sisters battle rod actually dealt 30,000 damage per second. This only deals 20,000 DPS. And no, you're not wrong. This rod is doo-doo. The real end battle rod is the Regal Sisters battle rod, and that's why you will see on the class progression setup that this is the recommended battle rod for the end of the game, not the rod containment unit. Don't even craft the rod containment unit. If you can get the twin reforge, as you will also see on screen right here, this is the twin reforge for the Regal Sisters battle rod, dealing upwards of 100,000 damage, and this is the twin reforge for the rod containment unit, which only gets up to 6,500 DPS. So yeah, a total scam. Don't even get the rod. Anyways, let's continue though. We farmed for a bunch of money using crates, which I just got myself the 32 hook reforge for one of the battle rods. After farming for tons of money, I also defeated like 1,000,000 coolers to get myself 100 hooks, so I can craft myself the box of lures, and then in the very end, craft myself the box of countless lures, which gave us an extra 32 fishing lines. So if you mix that with a fishing rod that already has the other accessory that gives it 32 fishing lines, you actually get upwards of 64 fishing lines. So yeah, this made farming for certain resources extremely easy. And so doing this, I got myself tons of luminite crates, and once I had like 170 of them, I opened them all up, got myself tons of fragments, because that was the one thing that was a pain to get, because we would have to go defeat the Lunatic Cultist and all the pillars again, then refight Moonlord, then restart the process over and over again. But so yeah, using this, I got myself a full set of Fractalite armor, and I crafted myself the maximum mana shield shaft, and then lastly I crafted myself the Vampire Moon and Siphoning Wire, which let us like siphon mana health and keep our rope stronger. And after this, I went to go refight Moonlord with all of the best reforges, accessories, weapons that I can get, and this is how the boss fight went. I went fishing for a little bit and just to kind of show off what powers we had at the end of the game, but here it is. You got made it to the end of this movie, and congratulations for sticking around through the entire video. You truly have 1% attention span, like literally maybe 10% people make it to the very end of the video, so give yourself a round of applause. Anyways, if you want to see more content like this, drop a like so the algorithm can share it with more people, which would incentivize me to make these videos more often and make them even better quality than they already are, plus more amazing content for you guys. But anyways, this has been Boio. Peace out.